Welcome back, class. So in chapter 12, we're talking about some eukaryotic pathogens. We'll be touching on fungi, algae, protozoans, helminths, and a little bit on some vectors, some animals that can be vectors. Fungi are within the kingdom fungi. Mycology refers to the study of fungi. Mycosis would be the fungal infection. All fungi are chemoheterotrophic. They are not doing photosynthesis. If they're going to get nutrients, they're going to release enzymes around them, which will break up the sugars around them, and then they can absorb that food. Many fungi are going to be multicellular, so something like a mold or a mushroom, you can see these things. Although yeasts are true unicellular organisms, fungi reproduce mainly through spores, and there are at least 100,000 species. There could be many more. There are so many fungi we haven't even explored yet, although only about 200 of them are pathogenic. So some terms for these different structures that we see within a fungal community. One would be a spore. A spore is a reproductive structure. So it is released by a fungus to grow into a new organism. The thallus would be the body or the mold of the fungus. Hyphae are long filaments of cells. They can have septum between them that separates them, or they could be aseptate. They could have several nuclei in this big body. The hyphae grow by elongating at the tips, and they're also able to fragment off and break off and form new hyphae. And then a mycelium is a mass of filamentous hyphae. So when you are looking at a mold on an orange, that's the mycelium, what's visible to the unaided eye. Yeasts are both non-filamentous and unicellular. They can be divided into budding yeasts. So here you can see these are dividing unevenly. It's breaking off little pieces that are smaller than the parent cell. There are also fission yeasts that divide more evenly, so they'll divide into two pieces. And there are dimorphic fungi that the temperature is going to control its morphology. It's going to look more yeast-like when it's at 37 degrees and warmer, and more mold-like when it's 25 degrees or cooler. So assume you isolated a single-celled organism that has a cell wall. How would you determine if it is a fungus or a bacterium? There's a couple of different things we could do here, but what are some things that you could do? Then lichens. I love to go on a hike and find lichens. I think these are so beautiful. A lichen is a mutualistic combination. Remember that word mutualism, describing a type of symbiosis these two organisms have? It has a green algae and a fungus in it. So the algae, which are photosynthetic, are able to absorb the light, produce carbohydrates. The fungi are able to provide the holdfast, which keeps it secure to this material. Also may absorb minerals and water and other nutrients from the substrate that it's growing on. So what is the role of the fungus in a lichen? What else is in a lichen? What is its role in a lichen? Okay, so that's kind of our first part of chapter 11, or of chapter 12, much more surface than what your book goes into. And we're going to come back and talk about algae and some other eukaryotes in our next video. I'll see you soon. Bye.